What? There's no way. There's no way I'm going to pay her that much. Oh, wait, I got to go.
I want more. The price just went up.
Hey, everybody. Welcome all villagers and those that want to be. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. So, how's everybody doing? How are you, Linda? How's Frank?
Frank is wonderful. He's doing great. Shiloh is improving. She's getting all better from her surgery. And Jasmine is sleeping. The usual.
She's always sleeping. And we want to say hello to our Pennsylvania guests up there that work behind the same Healthy Home Cooking and WrestleMania.
Hi, Skip.
Yes.
Hi, everybody.
Are you guys in the middle of that snowstorm that's going on?
Oh yeah, we got a few inches up here, but
Only a little bit. It was just a nuisance.
yeah.
Oh, really?
But it came down really hard for about 3 hours. It was like blizzard conditions.
I was watching the news, and it seemed like the whole northern part of the United States, all the way over to the East Coast, has got hit pretty hard. And I was thinking, well, by the time it gets over to the Far East, it may turn into a blizzard.
Well, with the wind we're having, I don't doubt it would be.
Oh, yeah, we had a lot of wind today.
Yeah, I saw you on porch sitting, the hair going up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Stu's hair, Skip doesn't have it, but
I should have had a hat, right?
Yeah, but all the wind wasn't from me.
oh,
I know what you're leading up to.
yeah. What happened in the background?
I took it out.
There you go. Okay.
But
But
not that.
But
Where's
no,
that? Where's
yeah,
that?
the wind. Yeah, the wind today was really bad.
I warned you, Mark. They were ripping.
The girls hate that.
Yeah, they do.
You know, I only kept doing that because Deb couldn't stand it. And so I did it all the time when Deb was on there. All right, I got a couple of pictures that I think I want to share a little bit with everybody out there. These are Linda's. One is I'm not.
You never tell us what you're going to show. What's popping up?
For you guys also, you have to pay attention. See, because like look at Judy right now. Do you think she's paying attention to what's going on? Look at her.
Well, no, she's ignoring you. I don't blame her.
I'm talking to one of our viewers.
My babies. Those
what I
are
want
my
you to notice
babies.
is she's got one of her babies in dog prison.
I see.
with a donut of silence or a cone of silence on her. Look at that look on her face. It's like, get me out of this place.
You know, I look at that donut and I'm still trying to picture how she got back there to pull them stitches out.
Yeah, she's just real flexible, and I guess she just got little tweaks from her leg, didn't like it, and overnight she pulled out all but 2 of her stitches. Luckily, she was healed enough that she was okay. So now that's an innocent look, you know. That's a I love you look.
You think so? When I look at her, I see she's kill me now. Just kill me now. All the other dogs in the park are going to make fun of me.
Yeah, that was just Jazz relaxing. She's saying,
though,
I've got freedom.
I noticed, though, that even though she's got the run of the house, she hangs around her.
She does. Yeah, they sort of stick together. Even though they tease each other and they run around, they don't want to be too far from each other.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and then
they're pretty
you
good.
girls went out the other day, and, you know, I'm just totally embarrassed for all of you.
What? That's Dino. We were on a fundraiser, a charity fundraiser for the Patriot Service Dogs for veterans. And I thought it was a great cause. So, yeah, the three of us went out.
We had fun too.
We did.
There's Judy.
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 I thought the sunglasses would make me look like someone else and you wouldn't recognize me.
Why wasn't Sue there? Where's Sue?
She was. There she is.
I'm a dirty
It was
bird.
great.
I don't know.
It was
looks like
great.
She's flipping the bird at somebody.
I don't know.
It was
I'm telling
fun.
you guys, if you're thinking about moving down here, you got to put your women on a leash because they go out and they get in trouble like this.
When we were going around the square, people kept saying, "Only in the villages, only in the villages."
Well, in some cases that's true, but the truth is we've been to other places too, and they have their own little things that they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure they
I
do.
mean-
Yeah. Yeah.
Not as much as
We
here.
even we even danced. We even danced in the square with our outfits on.
Well, I did get a short little video
Yeah.
from somebody about up there, but I was going to put it on here, but they really didn't really show that much of anything. It showed a guy walking through the dance floor, and that was it.
Oh.
Yeah,
don't know what
the
that is.
dragon. Yeah. I could only
Yeah.
get a few minutes of it. So I didn't send him
Gotcha.
everything.
Yeah.
I'm deflated.
I'm just
That's
curious.
right.
What, yeah,
You
I'm just
deflated?
curious what all happened because she said we didn't send him everything.
Yeah. Judy, did you say you deflated?
She
Yeah.
did.
My batteries got used up. But I have found this since I got home that I can use my separate
Judy, I
phone
think they have
charger.
a pill for that now.
Yeah.
Oh. But some of the costumes were just insane. I mean, they were
Yeah.
really something.
Some of
The
them
lady
were.
on the toilet.
Yeah, that's right.
right.
What did that say? What did that say?
Something pooper.
about pooper.
Yeah, something pooper. I can't remember what it was now,
Oh, I
but
can't remember.
it's on
Yeah.
the picture. But yeah,
Yep,
it was
yep.
really.
I want to
cute.
go back to Judy saying her battery her battery died.
Yeah.
You have to have the battery box runs the fan that keeps everything inflated.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you had to just blow them up.
No.
No,
It has to
that's mine
keep.
deflated.
And you didn't have any
But
extra
I have
batteries?
to-
Yeah,
We
I
did,
give
we
her
did
extra
with
batteries
that
and they still run
I
out.
think I
Yeah.
had the same batteries, like 4 of the same kind, and we didn't have 4 of the same kind. But Sue, when she gave me, actually, what happened to start with is my battery holder opened, and all the batteries went down in the costume.
That's
And
right.
then-
She dropped all her batteries. That was the first catastrophe.
And so then I found 2, but then I needed 2 more. So it was.
Where'd you
just-
guys go? Where
it
was
was-
that at? Lake Sumter?
Yes.
Yeah, I was at Lake Sumter Landing.
So did you get dressed up there or did you have these costumes on while driving the car?
No, we got dressed up there. We were in the Barnes and Noble parking lot, and then
How
we
We
many,
had-
people, how many people showed up to this thing?
We had to help each other. I don't know, but there about maybe 40 of us, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, there-
40 or
40, 50. Yeah,
Were
40
they
or
all-
50 of us.
Were they all women?
No, no.
No.
We had an alligator, what do you call those guys that capture alligators? No,
The-
Alligator
Alligator hunter?
capture guy.
alligator hunter.
the gator
And
wrestlers.
then there was somebody that was in like a T-Rex, a man that was wearing a T-Rex costume.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Last year they had a lady that was a coronavirus.
Ooh,
and they had the
She
the French
mutated
dress.
this year. We didn't.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, her
There she is.
Wi-Fi
Oh,
is
she's
wonky. How do you dress up as a coronavirus?
It
well,
was
you have
a
to
it
stay
was
6
a
feet away, but, yeah.
balloon, a round balloon thing with little spikes coming out of it everywhere.
Huh.
Like with
Pretty cool.
whenever they draw the virus. But I'm
Yeah.
sure it was an inflatable that she bought.
That's
yeah,
freaky.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
would never have thought of that. I could see you
And then
go
we
as
had
I could go as a bubble boy.
there were some people that were actually inside these costumes and you couldn't even see them. Like wasn't one
Yeah.
like a gingerbread man or something?
Yeah,
Sort
there
of
was a
round
Joker.
thing.
And you can see there was one you could just see like a plastic sheath over his eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, but there
Before
was
the
a
show
big-
gets all out of wonky, Sue and
Okay.
I just
Sorry, guys.
Sue and I just celebrated our 52nd anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I suppose.
Anniversary.
Sorry, Sue.
Yeah, sorry, Sue.
No, Sue, I give you my condolences.
So while I was trying to figure out what we're going to do, we haven't done anything yet. other than getting ready to go to Texas again. I found a poem that fits Sue and this
Oh.
Oh,
perfectly.
Lord.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy. I thought you were
didn't
going
do
to say
the
it was
whole-
one
I
you
only-
wrote
I only
her.
done like 2 lyrics of it. It's not the whole thing, but you'll get the idea. I'm going to read it.
Papa Xanax.
Uh-oh.
It's actually a song, but songwriting is the same thing as poetry, right? It says, well, my body could use a little slimming. I keep my shirt on when I'm swimming, and I ain't seen my feet since 1984. The old lady wants to roll in the hay. We turned the lights down all the way because I don't look good naked anymore. It says,
I remember that
I
song.
don't look good naked anymore. I'm a deep fried, double wide version of my man I was before. If I keep on like I'm doing, I won't fit through the door. And I don't look good naked anymore.
You confessed.
Lady, Sue.
You actually confessed. I'm proud of you, Skip.
Oh, God.
Hey, we all get old. Okay, let's bring on our first guest, I think.
All right.
Our first guest has led what I think has been an interesting life, and it just shows to show everybody that's even considering moving to the villages. You never know who you're going to run into here. And the life they've had compared to the life you've had, everybody's different, and you're always learning something from somebody.
Yeah.
And this guy has he's lived on a sailboat. He's been a pilot of a helicopter,
Mhm.
and I think he was an emergency helicopter pilot for a children's hospital in California.
Uh-huh.
He was a police
Um,
officer.
He was
He was a police officer. He was a police officer.
He was also a private international pilot.
Now this guy's
Flew-
been
flew
around.
all over the
Yeah.
world.
He was
Yeah.
a professional pole dancer.
That is not on his resume.
Oh,
Oh, that must have been that
You're-
other guy.
That's
That
when
was
he
the
lived
other
in
guy,
Las
yeah.
Vegas.
Yeah.
So let's bring him on, and I'll be nice to him. I won't get mean.
Yeah, right.
Hello.
There's Ed.
Hello, Ed.
Hello, Ed.
hey, how you guys doing?
Hi, Ed.
We're good. We're good. Welcome to the show, Ed.
Hey, good to be here.
Yeah.
Well, tell us,
What's
Ed, from your early beginnings of your careers, were you a police officer first? Is that how it started?
Yes. Yes.
And then you went from being a police officer to a pilot?
Yes. Well, kind of. I was getting all my ratings and I was flight instructing before I got, into the helicopter program.
Why the helicopter program?
Well, I just enjoyed doing the work from up in the air, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed flying. So it was a kind of a fun way to mix the fun thing you like to do with the job that you're doing and make the best of both worlds with that.
So how
So
long
you
have
were a
been for-
pilot.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go
You
ahead.
were a pilot while you were in the police department?
Yes. Yes.
Ah,
I was training new pilots. I was a flight instructor. I was working on training pilots. And then I was also flying charters for a company in Southern California, too, that was at the same airport, and was doing trips on my days off for them.
Ah.
So are you the guy that during a police chase in the helicopter with the spotlight following the guy running through the neighborhoods trying to hide?
Yeah. Yeah, that was
All
us.
right. That is so cool.
Yeah, and we've got a few pilots on here listening, Ed, and like I said, have you got
Mark-
any tips for
Mark
them?
Berry? Yeah, Mark Berry was a pilot, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
think I saw that in his comments down below. He's also a rotorcraft guy.
Yeah,
A what? A rotocraft
You can be
guy.
friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
They,
got- is that inside lingo? Rotocraft?
no, just when you're helicopter, the rating on your certificate says rotorcraft.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I have no idea. So
Is that a single?
did you work for the Children's Hospital? Oh, is that how that worked? You get called?
Yeah, and I was in after the two gentlemen that owned the jet sold their jet in 2017. I went to go work for a company that was responsible, had the contract for flying the critically ill children for rabies. And working there, we were responsible for transporting, critically ill children from a whole variety of places, some of which would be in the Arizona desert and in the lower desert of Southern California, out in the Imperial Valley, those kinds of places. We would pick the kids up and take them over to the hospital for specialty care. And that was our role.
Did you enjoy it?
Actually, it was really rewarding work. I really enjoyed it, but there was a couple times, like when I was going into the reservation one night in Arizona, and terrible weather. It was really, really dark and nasty. And as I'm getting ready to come in there, I'm thinking, I'm older, and I'm the only thing between three people going to meet Jesus up there in the front of the aircraft. And I thought, what? As I'm getting older, I don't want to be that guy that has the big heart attack and takes three innocent people with me. So I decided, I need to slow my pace down a little bit. And the single pilot stuff just didn't seem like a good idea at that point. So
That was when you guys were living on a boat too, right? And at the
Yes.
San Diego Yacht Club. Tell us about that.
yeah, well, Vicki and I, we bought a boat, big sailboat, 47-foot sailboat. We were, planning on doing some world cruising. And we got the boat. It took several years because it was a kind of an expensive refit. It was an older boat in 1979. And we had to do a lot of stuff to get the boat, good for a trip like that and seaworthy, and get all the stuff all taken care of before we left. And we got the boat all ready to go. And then COVID hit and locked every place down, and you couldn't go to the places we were going to go. Also, I had an issue with some skin cancer that caused the doctor to kind of tell me, hey, you know what? I know this is really what you want to do, but I'm not a person that I think that's a good idea, because you're in the lower latitudes, going through the islands in the South Pacific, and you're going to be exposed to a lot of sun with reflection off the water. And you need to be, the nature of the skin cancer stuff, he said, you need to be seen by a dermatologist every 3 months for the rest of your life. So he goes, I just don't think the quality of care is going to be available for you down there that you might need. So we had to make a decision. It was either, get the treatment that you needed, or, give up the boat life. And that's what we had to do.
Well, I have
So
a
it's-
question about the boat. How'd you get that big helicopter on that itty bitty boat?
No, that was the guys that owned the jet could have done that, but no,
Oh, okay.
not us. Yeah, we were lucky to get a dinghy on the back of it, and that was like a 11-foot dinghy with a little motor on it. So yeah, we were lucky to get that on there. There was no extra room for anything.
I don't
So
know. I'm just very big about not having my dinghy hang out the back. That's me.
Yeah,
That's just me.
yeah, that's a common problem, but yeah, I get it.
So what was life like living on a boat, but you were parked? I don't know if it's called parked, or you were moored at the yacht club, right? So
Yeah,
what's a daily routine for somebody who has a life like that?
Wait a minute. You mean the yacht club that you took me to?
No, they were in the hoity-toity yacht club. I was in a little tiny yacht
He was
club.
at the real yacht club.
The real yacht club, yeah.
That was a really nice life. I mean, when we were there, we were very fortunate to be able to be at the yacht club there, and to making our repairs while we were there, and getting everything all ready to go. And then it was very close for us. We could literally walk 100 feet and we'd be right up at the yacht club. We could have dinner or lunch, so that was convenient. Living on the boat, I know it seems like, that'd be kind of glamorous, but you have to remember, you're living in like 400 square feet all the time. And, there's not, you're kind of in each other's space all the time. So, it can be challenging at times, but, and not only that, you're always having to fix something on the boat, so, and, like the toilets that back up and you have to clean the hoses, and that's no fun. And then you had to change the oil and, always worry about, is the bilge going to have some kind of leak in it that you got to deal with? And also the weather, when the weather would come in, we'd get these really bad Pacific storms that would come in. You had to tie the boat down and you'd be out there rocking back and forth, even though you're at the dock. It can get pretty rough. And even simple things like just going to the grocery store. Like when you would go to the grocery store, you go there, you put the stuff in your car, you drive to your house, you put them on the kitchen counter and put the stuff away. Well, when we would do that, you'd have to take the car to the grocery store, bring it to the parking lot, get a dock cart, put all the stuff in a dock cart, wheel it down to the boat, take it off the dock cart, put it on the boat. Then you had to take it down below and then put it away. And then you had to take the dock cart back up. So, I mean, there was a lot of, sometimes it could be a really fun life, but at the same time too, it's a lot of work and you're always managing storage. Where do you keep your tools? Where do you keep your parts? Where do you keep everything? And then constantly, the salt air environment is just brutal on your boat stuff. So, that can be, a tough life as well. You're always having to maintain things and repair them and wash them and clean them. And yeah, there was a lot of stuff going on. It was a lot of work.
We know all about the storage problems, don't we, Linda?
Yeah, I know what Skip and Sue are thinking about. RV travel, RV living.
Yeah, there's always things to fix. You always have the storage problem. Stopping and getting groceries can be a problem.
Yeah,
No place to put anything.
It's very much the same thing. It's almost the same thing, except you have a little more access to better stuff. When we were
That's
out on
true.
the road, there wasn't always these great markets that you could go to. You were pretty primitive when you'd have to go someplace.
Yeah, but look, the only markets that I can go to are the ones that's next to a highway. You had access to markets in faraway places.
Yeah, exactly.
In theory.
Yeah.
In
So
theory.
yeah, so that's how that works, and you have to be really careful when you're, trying to order stuff and get it ready. And sometimes even if a part breaks and you're in some exotic port of call, it could take the part to get from America could cost you hundreds of dollars just in shipping, and it could take a month to get to you. So
Yeah, Amazon's got to find you.
yeah, exactly. Yes, send it to the post office via Papieti, So, yeah.
Yeah.
That could
So
be-
how do you,
And-
how do,
So
Go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, so living on a sailboat, you learned how to be your own sailboat mechanic.
Yeah. We had to go to, I had to go to special diesel courses and, how to take the engine apart. And then I had to have spare parts for like the generator, the alternator, the starter. I had to have spare oil. I had to have gaskets for the engine in case it went bad. And then I had to know how to fix it and, how to solve all the problems. And we had a generator and a diesel engine. So you're having to deal with that. And then you had to learn how to work all the electrical systems on the boat. And that was complicated. And, have to learn how to do wiring and, both AC and DC kind of wiring. And it was a huge learning curve. I'll be honest with you. It was a really involved process.
And how long were you guys on the boat?
We were on the boat just under 7 years.
Wow.
wow,
Yeah.
was it that long?
Yeah.
Didn't seem that long.
Yeah.
Huh.
Seemed
So
like-
how do you go from that kind of living to ending up here at the Villages, Ed?
Oh well, no. Let's stop back up. How do you even know about the Villages? Living on a boat out in the West Coast, how do you even know about this place?
Well, Linda,
Oh, she's the one we're going to blame.
yeah, Linda and her hubby, decided to tell us, all about it and how nice it was. And, we were friends with Linda.
Frank?
and- yeah, Frank.
Frank.
We were friends with Linda and Frank and, doing all that. In fact, Linda and Frank were best man and best woman at our wedding. So
At your wedding. That was
they,
fun too.
they helped us, Linda told us all about it. And, the thing was, we were deciding that when we got done with the boat and boat life and we had enough, that's where we were going to land once we got done with boat life. So after boat life, when things kind of skidded off the rails there, we decided, hey, we'll just go out and do a visit with Linda. We came out here and it was like, okay, the boat's going on the market. Let's get going. So
When
Yeah.
when you say that you were thinking about, you weren't thinking about the villages though. You were talking about Florida someplace. You were going to travel around the world and then end up in Florida someplace, right?
well, we actually, when you talked to us about it, we said, well,
Uh-huh.
that sounds like it's kind of a nice thing. We started doing some research on it and taking a look at it. And then it just decided like it was a really good idea. So we had an idea what to expect before we came to visit you. And
Okay.
after the visit just solidified everything. And then we put it on the radar and said, that's where we're going to land. And
Yeah.
and not only that, I have to say this, but I tell people all the time, I go, we're political refugees from the once great state of California. We just couldn't keep living with the oppressive California government there. So moving here is like a breath of fresh air, and you get better taxes, and you have a governor that's looking out for the people, and so I mean, it was a hands down decision to make that call.
Yeah.
Plus Linda
Well, I
lives
remember-
here.
Pardon?
I said, plus Linda lives here.
Exactly.
Well, but they came to visit for about a week. I think you guys were here, right? And Frank wasn't even here at the time, but you guys came to visit. We went to the squares. We went out to eat. We had a good time. And then you guys went home, and I really didn't hear much about anything about the villages. And then I was actually at Campers World, Skip, up north. And I get this phone call from Vicky, and she said, "Hey, Linda, what you doing?" And I said, "Oh, I'm at the RV place looking at stuff." And she said, "Well, I'm coming to Florida." And I said, "Okay, when?" And she said, "Tomorrow." And I said, "Tomorrow? What are you going to do?" And she said, "Well, we're going to buy a house." And I said, "Don't you blame me if you don't like the villages, because you haven't even done a lifestyle visit, right?"
Well, no, we did a lifestyle visit with you. We had a personal guided tour of the villages from Linda. So
It was fun.
We were ready to go and pull the plug. And as things started turning around, I was still working full time, so I couldn't really break away. But Vicky and Linda went out house looking for us and found the house we're in down here in Hawkins.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? Come on, Skip. This is kids Disneyland. Yeah,
Well, I just don't know, I don't know what
Disneyland
it
for
was.
adults.
I didn't know what it was that attracted you here. Some people come here because of the pickleball. I think most people come here because of the golf. A lot of people come here because of the squares. So I don't know what you come here for. So I don't know if you found, what are you pointing at?
She's pointing at herself because she's a square.
Oh, a square
No,
peg
it
in a
was,
round hole.
It was all of the above, Skip. It was really a good deal. And, just the fact that you could go to anywhere you needed to go on your golf cart. I mean, it takes 5 gallons of gasoline, and you can ride that for a whole month on $5, 5 gallons of gasoline.
Yeah.
You can take your golf cart to the dentist, to the doctor, to the supermarket, to the golf course, to the squares. You can go to your friend's house, on the golf cart, and it's just a super easy get around here. And just you don't have to drive your car everywhere. If you want to go someplace a little outside of the villages, then you take your car. But for the most part, you can just go everywhere on the golf cart. And I have to tell you, the people that are around us in this neighborhood are just absolutely the most wonderful people, a mix of people from all over the country, and great backgrounds, wonderful people. And it's been a really nice experience all around.
Well, we're getting some trolls on here about you. Here's one that says, they all think being a helicopter pilot is so sexy.
Yeah, and it comes from some anonymous person named Vicky Walsh.
Yeah, she also said hi from the Samba Girls.
So how long have
I
you
do have
known,
to say though, a lot of the stuff that I did at the end, I was working with South Korean military students. I was flight instructing them in helicopters that they were going to go back and serve in the military in South Korea, and they would come to Southern California for their kind of extensive initial training. And that was actually that was very rewarding too. I was working with guys that were hungry to do a good job, and they wanted to succeed in their positions in the military. So it was kind of fun flying with them. And sometimes the language barrier was a little intense, but it was overall, I really enjoyed that experience, and teaching those young minds was really kind of a fun thing to do. You know, it did get a little freaky though when something went a little wrong on the helicopter and they would just let go. And anybody that's ever flown a helicopter knows you don't let go of anything. Okay, you keep your hands on the collective, the cyclic, and the rudders, and you don't just let go. So sometimes it got interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
You know what? One of the things, Skip, I wanted to ask, because I think people that are watching might be interested. You guys are living down south where we are, and it's a younger group, and a number of people are still working, and you're one of those. So tell the people about that. What is it like to live in the villages, but also to continue to work?
Well, I really enjoy living here. Like I told you, for the reasons I just explained, I really, really enjoy it. And I know Vicky has just really blossomed down here. She's got a lot of groups that she's involved in. You know, she plays cards with the girls and goes golfing with, you know, her group, and you know, just does a lot of fun stuff like that with those groups. I know for me, I don't get a chance to go out and do a lot of those things because I'm still working and it's a full-time job. But I'm working down in the Orlando area, and I'm training you know, new corporate pilots how to fly jets, and we're using the simulators down there in Florida to train those guys. So it's a full-time job teaching pilots that, you know, are flying corporate people all around the world now. We're very involved in training those people. And that's very rewarding work too. I mean, I have to say, you know, again, my career, I grew up with a bunch of just wonderful mentor pilots that were very helpful during my career. And I'm just kind of trying to pay it forward a little bit and, you know, pay back the things that those guys did for me. I'm trying to pass that on to that knowledge that needs to go to the new generation of pilots that are starting to fly aircraft, especially, you know, flying, you know, kind of the titans of industry around our country now. Those guys are, you know, the people that I train how to fly every day.
Now, there's a couple questions that I see on here. One, are you still friends with Linda and Frank? If you moved out?
Are you kidding? Come on, they're the salt of the earth. They're wonderful people. So,
Okay.
yeah, what's not to like about Frank and Linda? They're the A team as far as I'm concerned.
There you go.
But how does she feel about you? Because notice she is drinking a lot while she's interviewing you.
Luckily, it's just A&W root beer.
that's what she says.
Oh.
We still have a couple of bottles of A&W here, so if you ever have to come by again, Linda, we got it here.
There you go.
Okay.
And there is a legitimate question on here. Did you get to transport like police dogs, do search and rescue, that kind of stuff?
You know, occasionally, if there was some type of event like that, we would do that. We did do some over water training, so because we were a beach community, and you know, if somebody was out quite far in the water and we had to do a rescue, we were trained how to use this ring that we could pick them up with, or you know, drop the ring. We wouldn't jump into the water with them because, you know, we had our guns on us and stuff like that. We would never do that. But you know, we would deploy this kind of like a cinch ring that it was a life preserver that it was fairly large, and then you would drop it around them. And when they would get it around them, the minute you started to lift, it would cinch tight on their chest to hold them, and then we could just take them to shore and drop them off. But that was about the extent of that.
And
Okay.
and are you training in the Cirrus SR-22?
Yeah, I've flown there's a whole bunch of general aviation aircraft, the SR-22, the SR-20, all the Cessna products, a lot of the multi-engine aircraft, and for the guys that I worked with, they're really a couple of really nice guys, and I really enjoyed working with them and flying them and their families. We went all over the world. We went to Israel 3 to 4 times a year, and we were gone 30 to 45 days at a pop. And yeah, I was responsible for their transportation, for their permits, for the flight planning, booking their hotels, their dinner reservations, getting their cars, their personal security. So I was doing all that, you know, for them, you know, 30 to 45 days a pop. And then when I would come back to the United States, we would, the other owner of the aircraft, he had a large fishing boat that would go between Alaska and Cabo San Lucas. And we would, you know, ferry him and his friends and his fishing friends back and forth on that, going between those two places. And then when they weren't busy using it, we were flying pretty much charters all over the country in Canada, Mexico, Central America, South America. So we were doing charters all over the place and did a lot of flying. We were everywhere.
Well, thank
All
you
right,
so much.
for-
This was great. Thanks for bringing them on, Skip.
Yeah, for the last comment here, another comment says, "Hi from all the Samba girls, Ed."
That's where my wife's at tonight. She's playing samba.
Okay.
They're
Okay.
watching.
Are we being watched by a room full of ladies down there?
I certainly
looks
hope
like
so.
it.
They're having a good time.
Well,
Yeah.
I want to remind all them ladies around that table, whatever Samba is, to don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Yeah.
And Ed, there's also a suggestion that you need to write a book about all your adventures.
Yes, that's a great idea.
If
Yeah,
I
it's a
had
great
spare-
idea.
If I had a spare minute to do that when I wasn't driving back and forth to work, yeah. And
Yeah.
I can say this too. I mean, I know that I work down in the Orlando area, and a lot of people that might be looking for work. There is work all over the place here, especially in the villages. If you can find something that meets your little niche of like what you like to do, I mean, I bet you it would even be fun working at Home Depot. I mean, it would be just something fun to have your job here, a little something where you can interact with people. And if you've got some specialty skill, if you were a carpenter or an electrician or something, find that little niche that you really enjoy and do that down here. It's just sometimes the commute gets a little tedious, but other than that, it's been a really good deal. And I enjoy working with the flight clients as well. That's a lot of fun working with them.
Okay, Ed, I appreciate you coming on.
Anytime, Skip, you know that.
Yeah, and hope we didn't scare you too bad.
No, are you kidding? Hey, chasing a bad guy through a neighborhood is that stressful. Coming to talk to Skip is no big deal.
Yeah, I always remember when you're chasing a bad guy, you're 500 feet up in the air.
No, I didn't start there. I started on the ground. You have to be a
That's right.
ground
That's
pounder
right.
first.
Yeah,
So
well,
I worked a patrol car. I worked detectives. I worked motors for 10 years. So
That
so
runs-
I had a lot of ground experience before I ever got to the air.
So
That
what
runs
you're
for-
saying is you have had advanced training in dealing with crazy old people.
Yes.
You'll fit right in here.
I can tell you right now, the biggest scourge on America is alcohol. Boy, I'll tell you, when you put some booze in people, they just become psychos, and that's no fun dealing with that. But
Oh, that ain't no kidding. Okay,
Huh,
Ed, I
am
gotta
I
move
am
on.
I
We
supposed
got,
to
we got
dump
another
that
guest sitting out
scotch?
here on the side
no,
wings
it's
there.
not
So.
scotch. It's root beer.
Sorry, Skip.
Well, I just said we got another guest sitting down here. And
Oh,
I don't
yes.
want this show to go past 2 hours. we
Thanks,
always have
Ed.
Ed come back and finish
Yeah,
up
thanks,
some more
Ed.
stories later down the
Thank
road.
you, Ed. Thanks very much.
Tell
Yes,
Karen,
yes.
thanks. And I don't know if you guys remember or not. I'm talking to the audience, not you guys. That here about a month, maybe 2 months ago, on a video or something, I forget what we were actually doing. It might have been port setting. I'm not sure. And I said I would love to have a guest on the show that's been to the villages and decided not to buy here and go somewhere else. I said everybody's always talking to people that come to the villages. I think there's been so many interviews around here that everybody knows what's good about this place, but I've never had a chance to actually talk to somebody to find out what was it about the villages that did not attract them and they decided to buy elsewhere. Well, I got one person that volunteered and she's here. And her name is Kelly Razniak or however you pronounce it. That's her.
Hi, Kelly.
Hey, Kelly.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome.
Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Great.
What?
Great.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He's from Pennsylvania. You just have to excuse him.
I'm from Pennsylvania also, Skip.
Oh, well, then you should be able to communicate with him just fine.
So
So tell us, Kelly, where did you end up buying?
ended up buying in Port St. Lucie, Florida.
Port St. Lucie.
Yes,
nice
it's
area.
about 45 minutes north of Palm Beach, an hour south of Melbourne on the East Coast.
Oh, and
So
you're
right on the water.
Yes, and my house is 30 minutes from the water. So
Yeah.
by
You're below Vero Beach, right?
Yes, just below, about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So tell
look-
me, you've been to the Villages, though, right? Sometime in your past, you've been here and checked it out.
Yep, did a
And then
lifestyle.
you decided to buy there. And I know everybody out there that's thinking about moving here but didn't move here are just dying to know, what was it about here that turned you off?
Well, there's probably 3 reasons, maybe 4, why we did not buy there. And then I'll give you some great things about the Villages too. So the main thing was location. You're too far north. It can get cold up there yet, or at times it's cold up there. Another location was you're too far away from the water or the beaches. I like to be closer to the beaches. Let me look at my notes here. Oh, and it is really getting big. It's huge. There's a lot of people. And then, like I said, there's probably a 4th reason, but this wasn't, is the sales agent. So when we went to the Villages during our lifestyle, we wanted to look at a house as if we were going to buy there. We had a house actually picked out. It was in Hawkins. It was a 3-car garage. It overlooked the preserves, and there was room for a pool. It marked all the boxes that we wanted. However, the sales agent, oh my gosh, he was persistent. He was a turnoff.
Wow.
I left that office with a headache. And this was in February of 2021. That's when we did a lifestyle. And a lot of my customers came down to the Villages, and I had somewhat of an idea what it was. But when we decided to come to Florida to look, I knew I wanted to look in Port St. Lucie because I had a friend there. We looked there, and then we came to the Villages and was there for about 5 days. Enjoyed it. Loved the golf cart community aspect of it. Beautiful neighborhoods, wonderful people, and many, 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 many activities to do. But the main reason was those 3 reasons that I told you, was the location from the beach. It still gets cold there. And I forget the other one. Oh, too many people.
The size.
But so that was our reason. We were also going to look at you guys call it the West Coast of Florida. When you guys say West Coast, I always think of California. But that was really crazy with people and development. So that's why we chose Port St. Lucie. However, I will come back to the Villages. We do want to come back. We do want to rent a place there, for a week, maybe 2 weeks, meet some friends there. So it's not like we never come back there.
I see your Wi-Fi sucks.
Uh-oh. She froze. Yeah, Kelly, you've frozen on us, but we can still hear you.
Yeah, we can still hear you fine. So that's good.
We can hear you fine. Yeah.
I was just concerned when she said there's 3 to 4 reasons why we didn't like it. And I look at the panels, there's like 3 or 4 of us on the panel.
What I'd like to know is, was her realtor named Ira Miller?
No.
I know.
Ira, they're talking about you.
Yeah.
Hi, Ira.
Yeah, you see, Ira said he'd come to see his grandpa.
And it wasn't Robin either. Boy, she's really nice. She's fun to listen to.
Yeah.
She is.
I'm surprised you said you got so much pressure from the agent or the representative, because
Yeah,
my
that's really
experience
odd.
and almost
Thank
everybody
you.
else I've talked to, they're very low key, and most of the agents really, they're very helpful, but they're really not concerned if you don't buy, because there's somebody behind you that's probably going to buy. So
Oh, yeah.
they're usually very supportive. So I'm surprised you had somebody that basically was pushy, right? You're saying
Very, very
he was-
pushy.
Wow.
We'll leave you. We'll give you some time to think about it. Stepped out of the office, and it was like, no. And we didn't want to sign right then and there either. We still had another place to look at, and then we would
Sure.
take a look.
Did you know that you can change agents? If you have an agent that you don't like that's with the Villages, you can go and change. You don't have to stay with that agent.
Well,
Right.
We didn't pick him. They assigned him to us when we walked in. We said, when we had found a house that we would have bought if we bought. But we hadn't made our mind up yet to buy. I mean, if that makes sense.
Right,
Oh, yeah.
but if you
Yeah.
had a problem with him, you could have changed agents too.
Right,
That happens, I
right.
think.
Yeah.
Right, sure. Yeah, it's a personality thing sometimes, but it's just surprising that somebody was pushy about it. I guess that's where I'm
Yeah.
coming from.
Because they used
But-
to
but you-
advertise no pressure.
Yeah.
Are you in a retirement community, Kelly?
I'm in PGA Verano. It's not a 55 plus community. However, there is a 55 plus community within our community.
Okay.
But you would think it was because there's not many families in there. It's mostly elderly people, older people.
Okay.
That's Florida. Most
Yeah.
of Florida is that way.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a question on here that I'm kind of curious about too, about your decision between going to the coast and being more inland. With of
Central.
course, both have their pluses and minuses, but on the coast, there's a lot of people who fear like the hurricanes and other challenges like that. How did you? What was your thought process through that thought?
Well, hurricanes, actually Hurricane Nicole came right through Port St. Lucie. It was a 1. The winds were like 90 miles an hour. There wasn't much damage or flooding. The codes are very well kept. But the hurricanes, they can go north, they can go south, they can go around to the Gulf. You get plenty of warnings for those, where a tornado, that's less warning. So, hurricanes didn't stop me. I don't know if I answered that question.
You did. Thank you.
Mhm.
Did
How
you
about
know
the
I-
insurance? I've always heard the insurance was so high around the coast.
I think the
Health
insurance
coverage.
is high in Florida in general. Car
Yeah.
insurance, house insurance. I think it's just in general.
Eh.
And it's going to get, everyone's seeing that it's raising since, like a year ago prices. So I don't think it matters where you live in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we
Well,
don't have a state income tax.
that's right.
But she's still in Florida, honey.
I'm making fun. Everybody talk. That's all they talk about. Well, they don't have a Florida income tax. No, but we got some of the nation's highest car insurance, the nation's highest, house insurance.
And it costs $500 just to register your car for the first year.
Yeah,
I know when
that's
we did
every
ours,
year
though,
in
they must have raised
California.
that because when we did our car, and it ain't just that, but when we did our car, it was a flat $400. So now you're telling me it's 500?
It was $500 for my car.
Yeah.
Mine was about 400. But
Yeah,
is
mine
that
was 400
Florida
too.
in general that you're having to pay that to? It's not having anything to do with the villages.
No,
No,
that's a state thing.
That's a
It's
state
just a Florida thing.
yeah.
But just like our house insurance here and the roof issue and shit, that's just a Florida thing. They don't do that everywhere. What was you going to say, Judy? I seen you almost said something and then decided not to.
No, what I was going to say is I've run into quite a few people that have just moved to the villages that are from Southwest Florida and that their houses got hit with
Yeah.
Hurricane Ian.
I
Yeah.
think hurricanes scare some people where they move inward also.
Mhm.
I think some of the hurricane damage, this is my estimation, is worse on the Gulf Coast side.
Yes, I would have to agree.
Yeah. Because it's warmer.
And I think the hurricanes come across to the Gulf side more than they do
I think so.
on the east side.
Yeah, I think so. They always talk about Panama City being a great place to go to and everything, but yet Panama City gets hit constantly with hurricanes up there. So,
And you know
well,
what?
anyway,
it's I guess the price you pay to live in Florida, no matter where in Florida. People are moving there.
hey,
And like
look
I
at it
said,
this way. Look at it this way, Kelly. There's still people that live in California.
Yeah. Yeah. Fewer and fewer, according to the latest reports.
Yeah, and go figure.
And, you know, and
I mean,
that's
if
my
you're not
idea.
if you're not in government, or if you're not a huge farmer, or if you're not in the movies, why would you be there?
Well, if you're homeless, they provide everything for you. So
That is true. That is a point.
I
The
think
mic-
that you-
Problem's
just-
going to be
I was going to say we're going to go off to the background right now because there's somebody who finally showed up.
oh,
Yeah, I see him down there.
Hosey, is
Yeah.
Hosey here?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm getting ready.
go.
Ready.
We're going to
We're
go in
getting
the
ready for
background
the-
and help run the show back there, and then I'll bring
Sounds good.
bring Jose up.
Okay.
Sounds good.
guys.
Thanks.
I see Jerry Bell had a question about home prices.
Jose.
Well,
Hi,
let me tell you
Jose.
this. I actually was watching Ed interview, so I was here a bit ago.
You were?
I was.
Oh.
You were-
You were
you
Now,
hiding.
now I know. Now I know it's related to Linda's Boatyard friendship. Something.
Oh dear.
It was cool interview, by the way.
Well, one of these days, Kelly, me and Sue will take a road trip in our car, and we'll come down there and we'll meet you down there. You can show me around. We'll go out and have some lunch or dinner or something somewhere.
Sounds
That would be
great.
great.
And like I said,
Kelly,
I will still come visit the villages. It's a great place to visit for sure.
What if we don't want you here?
Yeah, we need to see the paperwork.
Kelly, somebody had a question, and they were asking what were the home prices like compared to the villages down in Port St. Lucie?
The villages were a little bit more. They were a little bit more. And this was even for a vinyl sided house that we were looking at. And the one that I purchased is stucco. And it was about the same size, 1,600 square foot under air. However, that the village had a 3-car garage, which was kind of a rare house for in the Hawkins. There wasn't that many.
Now, 3-car garage is kind of rare, period. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in our neighborhood, we've got maybe 2 houses with actual 3-car garages.
I think just 2, yeah.
Well, in my neighborhood, we have a garage. It's a miracle.
Yeah, they've added more down south. Yeah.
I know.
Jitty Chatty, I know of a couple of people that have 4-car garages.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys do. Yeah.
You're
Got
It
a
was
big
funny
one.
because years ago up north, you couldn't find a house with a golf cart garage anywhere. And then as I
Correct.
moved further south, it's almost got to the point now that everybody just kind of expects to have a golf cart garage. And
Yeah.
I don't have one.
Well, come down south.
The real estate agent also told me that the villages is going to double in size.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you could tell, like, I'm not familiar with your roads, but you know where the new development is. That was just being developed at the time. I'm sure there's houses on most of them lots now.
Yeah. You can get maps, Kelly, that show not only what currently exists, but what's going to exist down south. And the Fenny area will actually be the middle of the villages, as we know it today anyway, as they continue to build down south. So you're absolutely right. It's big already. What I think the Happy paper was talking about, 135,000 residents now that we have in a 55 plus community. And then we'll have continued growth. So it'll be a couple 100,000 people by
How
the
do you
time.
guys feel about that?
these
You
plans
guys
done.
being the villagers, how do you feel about that doubling in size? Or
Starting to get too big for me.
Yeah, and I
mean,
don't mind it. You know, it's
I don't mind.
relative because I come from a city of millions. So to me, this is a nice size. It's big enough that there are a
Yeah.
lot of restaurants and a lot of stores and a lot of activities. If it were too small, we do have a little place up in the mountains, and then it's so small there that you've got to go a long way before you can get your food or have any activities, go to the theater, that kind of thing. So it depends on what you want. It
Right,
depends on what you
exactly.
come from.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're right.
yeah.
And
Yep.
also, when like those of us that live down south, a lot of times we go to 2 or 3 of the rec centers most of the time. So
Right.
we are not going all the way to Spanish Springs every day. Occasionally we will. Like I went up to the Savannah Center to see a play, but you know that's very rare. That's maybe every couple of months.
Yeah.
And I believe the way they plan the expansions, I don't feel crowded. Like I feel like I can go anywhere. I mean, when you have the snowbird season on, it's gonna be crowded no matter what
Right.
because there's so many people.
Right.
But in terms of normal living, everyday living,
Right.
I don't feel the expansion. I mean, unless you want to travel that far, like Judy said. But other than that, is
Yeah, you're right. Because
It's all right.
we stayed at near the Brownwood, the Aldine. When
All
they
the
had
bungalows.
yes, that's the area. And you're right. I mean, we did venture out just so we could kind of have a feel for everything. But I agree. You're right. You kind of stay in your little area.
Yeah. That's how they planned it. That's why they call it the villages, right? With a number of villages all over, and there are things that sort of cluster around those particular villages. So, yeah, that's
the
plan
bigger,
of it. But-
the only issue I seen, me personally, when I was looking houses in the new area where Linda and Judy are, is the lack of more shopping, basic shopping. I'm talking like just a pharmacy or even a gas station. Like Magnolia is gonna have a gas station probably, I don't know, in a few months, and that's the only gas station I know to that area after the Rohan area.
Lake Teton Plaza
Yeah.
up here by Rohan has a gas station.
Yeah, but that's
And
if you live in
I've got a
Fenny,
bridge
that's
to
not close.
cross.
Yeah. But,
Correct.
but
No,
Jose,
it's
what
not,
has
but
to
they're gonna
happen?
be-
What has
They're building more stations.
Yeah, I mean, what has to happen when you have a new area is there has to be enough of a marketplace for
Yeah,
businesses,
to-
enough
to
of a
get-
marketplace for gas stations. So it takes a while for that population to build large
Correct.
enough that people can afford to put in a restaurant or afford to put in a store
Or a
afford to put in a
supermarket.
gas station.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
or
I
a
know-
supermarket.
And I know they have the
It takes a
land
while.
because you go across Brownwood, where the UF Health little ER is, where I think where Sue went. Across that's a commercial land lot. I know that's scheduled to become, and it's a big one. So you can tell it's going to be one of those Publix and this and that. But again,
Right.
yeah, you need a house at Richmond coming up. The Luna second phase almost done. That
Yeah.
will trigger. Okay, now we need a supermarket or I don't
Yeah.
know, something
Yeah.
else.
And
But that's the
I've
only
heard-
part. I'm sorry. That's the only part that seems slower to me. That's the only thing.
Yeah, when
That
I was
was one of-
looking at, I'm sorry.
Go
I was gonna say,
ahead.
when I was looking and I listened to Skip, one of the things that he kept saying is, decide what it is you're looking for, what it is that you want, what kind of activities, whether it's golf or the rec center or it's shopping, and then try to look for a house that's around what you want to do.
Correct.
So I think if you don't want to wait for the gas station and you don't want to wait for the
move.
Publix, then you look for something further north right now.
Yeah.
But if you don't mind waiting and you're willing to do a trade-off for a new house, and not that convenience, then you pick a new house.
And as I
I
said,
love going to the Lake Sumter area because there's so much activity up there and so many stores and so much shopping
I don't
outside
see
of
it-
the villages.
Why
don't see it as
didn't
a
you
bad
buy
thing.
there?
Pardon?
Why didn't you buy there?
Because I wanted a new house and I had the
Oh,
vision.
you're one of the, oh, you're one of them.
So I wanted more shopping. I got the oldest house.
New. Gotta be new. Gotta be new.
No,
Gotta be new.
I-
Gotta
I
be new.
understand.
I picked Chitty Chatty was because I knew that Lake Teton Plaza was there. So I
Yeah.
knew I was going to have a grocery store really close.
Yeah,
I
it's
want to
very
buy a
close.
house
Good area.
that's close to Oshucks.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's probably a
you
new
might be able
business.
to find one.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Fall
It
down.
could happen. You don't know.
I don't see it as a negative, honestly. I'm just saying for us, it's just one thing that we need to take a closer look.
Yep.
I driven, as you know, I drive golf carts like nuts. Contrary to Judith, I do go from north all the way past where she lives.
Yeah.
So I know the distances in terms of to Homestead, to Sawgrass, to the Publix of Magnolia, or to Deaton. So
Right.
you have to figure out, okay, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
That's
And when
great
they get
about the villages, the golf carts. That's neat. And
That's
we
not,
have
that
golf
to me is the
carts,
that to me is
in
the
our
best.
area.
I basically substituted my motorcycle for a golf cart.
I
That's what it is because I no longer drive a motorcycle. I sold it. I don't have intention to drive it in Florida because, especially here, it's kind of nuts. But the golf cart, the feeling of the open air, even though it's slower, I don't care. It takes me an hour. It's not about the hour it takes me. It's the ride. Like when I
Yeah.
rode my bike, it's about the ride. I went to a Starbucks in Miami 45 minutes away from my home. And on the way, I passed 50 Starbucks. I didn't care about Starbucks just to get there to that one, to ride my motorcycle. That's what a golf cart is to me.
Yeah, we
Okay.
have a golf cart. It's street legal, so we can go outside of our community, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, a lot of people here that
nice.
I've seen
That's
those
nice
here.
too. Yeah.
And I have another question, Kelly.
From Ronald?
For Kelly, I have a question.
Do it
that
quick, because I'm
somebody's-
gonna have to let her go.
How big is your community, and do you have all the things that you want in your community?
Well, they're still building. I think there's like 1,200 homes there now. And as far as everything that I want, yes, I'm kind of like a homebody. We do have a pool, so I stay there. I do go to water aerobics. My husband plays pickleball, golfs. They have a lot of clubs, probably not as many as the Villages does, but there's plenty to do in the amenities. And yep. But like I said, I will be back to visit the Villages.
Is that a gated community, Kelly?
It is a gated community. The guard, with them cutting so much though, now the guard does leave at 10 o'clock. So the owner has to let you in by like some code or something that we give them. But that, a gated, guarded community doesn't mean that it's not going to be crime free.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
We know that. Yep. We've
We
heard
know
that
that.
at Mount Dora. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
saw that.
yes.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
Ron,
Kelly.
yes,
I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you putting yourself out there and doing it. You're the only one that volunteered to come on here and give your story. And
Thanks for sharing.
when we have time, I might bring you back on again so you can tell us more about your community. Except next time, maybe I can get you to go around and take a few pictures of this and that and everything else and send them to me. And then I can bring them up and kind of show people what it is you're talking about.
Yep. You bet. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you so
luck to
much.
you and your
And
new
enjoy.
Everybody say bye to Kelly.
Bye.
Bye, Kelly.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
That was
Okay.
interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. Oh, and
I wanna get
Jose,
into,
everybody's going crazy about your coffee.
I want to get into the reports
Oh.
of the neighborhoods real quick. Let me do Judy's real fast because Jose's late to the show, so we'll make him wait.
Okay.
Judy. Where we at up here? A bunch of them. Okay. They're not in order. I don't know. I put them on here the way you sent them, so I'll just put them up and then you can just explain them and we'll just,
You say
well, our
that.
wrestler will pop you right through them. Wrestler will pop on the first one and then you can just talk about it.
I can send them in order and number them, and you still don't have them in order.
No, I
We've
don't.
learned.
Well, I take it back, maybe, but it says Judy, and then it says Judy 1, Judy 2, Judy 3, Judy 4. That's what I got.
Oh, okay. Maybe they are going to be in order. We'll
They
see.
might be. Let's start with the first one.
Oh,
Okay, this is the boardwalk at Lake Okohumpka, and it's not completely finished, but this will be where people can walk down on the boardwalk. And there are no dogs allowed on this boardwalk. And this is up around close to the recreation center, and that you can see the boardwalk if you look like where that lone palm tree is.
Turn the pictures.
Yeah.
And this is the front of the Lake Okohumpka Recreation Center. And this is, you can see the start of the boardwalk. It's very pretty. Okay, this is the location to the right of the boardwalk where they're going to be building a restaurant. It's called, help me here, Linda.
oh, I haven't heard the name.
Harry and the natives. or
Something Harris.
Harry and
It's
the
something
Natives.
with Harris.
Yeah.
Harry and the Natives. They've already got some locations down south somewhere from us. Okay, this is more on the boardwalk, showing you that. And this is the inside of Lake Okohumpka's Recreation Center.
cute.
It's really pretty, really decorated, really nice. They've decorated it as a lake house.
They've started kayak lessons or something there, haven't they,
Yeah,
Judy?
have. Yeah, we
Yeah.
need to get in there, Linda, and see.
Oh boy, keep those alligators away from me.
Hey, we'll be in a kayak. We can handle it. And this is a fire pit. This is a fire pit. They're out from the boardwalk and kind of out from the recreation center.
Well, that's nice.
And
Yeah,
you
have
can
they
see-
started the kayaks yet?
They weren't when I was there, but it's been about a month since I've been there.
Okay.
Looks like right here in this picture, you can see a kayak. That yellow, that looks
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a kayak. But if you look to the left, you can see that screened enclosure, and there's a bunch of tables, so you can go in there and have a picnic lunch. And my friend and I met there. We both have tricycles or trikes, electric trikes. And we met there and we had both brought our lunch and we ate lunch in the screened in area. And this is out from the Lake Okahumpka Rec Center, looking out towards the water. And these are just chairs, and the chairs were just filled with people playing on their phones.
What a surprise.
And then here was a chess or checkerboard that you could play either chess or checkers there on these tables. And this was out from the rec center. And that's
Nice.
it.
Yeah, looks like a nice place.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
really, it reminds me a lot of Finney. If any of the viewers have ever been to Finney, to the village of Finney, to the rec center and to Finney Grill, this reminds me a lot of Finney.
Does it?
And it's not that far from Brownwood, actually. It's closer to Brownwood than
it's
it is to a
not.
lot of us down
Yeah.
south.
Do you know if those kayaks are going to rent? Do they have a double seater?
I don't know. They weren't there whenever I was there. And that
Oh.
thing about them having the kayaking lessons, that came out after I had
Okay.
been down there.
I
was in the
think that's going to
newspaper.
be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I think I read it in the paper, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
I
And,
just thought
you
me
can
and Sue
rent.
go down there and get in a kayak, and I'd take pictures of her paddling me around.
Well, you know what we need to do is take our inflatables, put them on, and go down there. And
Well,
That'll get some attention.
I'm saying this the first part of the show. You know what
from
I'm talking about.
from what I'm understanding, I got to come with a pocket full of batteries.
No, on mine now, I found out I've got a battery pack that, like, for my phone, a charger that I can charge, and you can use that. It said something about it, but I didn't really know what I was doing whenever I first got it. I had just bought it. And I didn't even know how to get it inflated or anything till we all met up.
I don't know. Look at you. You look like you know exactly what you're doing.
Well, I did at that point because I figured it out.
We had to help each other get into those costumes.
Yeah, we did.
Sue couldn't find her feet. Her feet were stuck inside.
And then when I got it on, I could only walk like this.
Shuffle.
No,
We
walking
shuffle.
was hard. Going up and down stairs were hard.
Yeah.
Jose, did you sing it?
Thank you, Rick.
Hey, did you get the
Ricky P.
Yeah, I saw the costume.
They were inflated.
Judy, go Judy, go Judy, go Judy.
Why am I the only one here, girls? Come on.
Oh.
Thanks, Ricky. That'll go toward next month's prize.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have the one report that the whole world has been standing by tonight and waiting for.
What was that?
The late news reporter, Jose.
And he's from
Yeah,
the
I was-
north.
I was looking. I was just checking
You're
the
looking for
material.
your.
No, I was checking because the past shows, like I have some material. I said, okay, save some for the next one, save for the next one. So I'm trying to figure out, did I do this? Like,
Oh,
So,
no. You got,
no,
you
I
gotta
have it
organize-
here. I have it here. So, just to make
Oh.
sure. Just to make sure.
MG.
No. Before I start with the videos, I have videos here. I know I have done this one. This is like Spanish Prince at night. I know I haven't presented this. Let me talk about something quickly. An email that I got from Skip this week. Remember in the first show, I did a video that I called "The Mice from Hell." which is that little mile or more that you got together with the golf
Oh, the
course, right?
dangerous area. Yeah.
So based on that, somebody contacted Skip, and I contacted the person, and they're gonna have a meeting in February, in which they're hoping to cover some of that issue. And
Oh,
this
good.
is with the district. This is a district meeting. They hire a company to do a study on that stretch of moors, pretty much from the gate to past Rio Grande, the Mile from Hell, and it covers various, different topics. So they're gonna try to get in the agenda that issue with the golf carts. Now, the company that was hired, they paid quite a bit of money for that study. It's on district.gov. You can go CDD1 and you can see it. They actually are going to make some sort of recommendations what can be done or could be done with the golf carts and the cars. I don't think that's, it remains to be seen when they do the presentation. It's on February 10th. The person was kind enough to send me the info. I'm hoping to be there. But just to let you know that there's some update in that, main topic around here, let's put it that way.
Yeah, good. You did good, Jose. If you got some attention focused on
Yeah,
that.
that was
yeah.
it was like completely out of the blue, and I went like, all right, let's see what it's all about, and it seems interesting enough, so hopefully we get it going.
Well, they got to
We
do
know
something about
somebody's
that
watching.
section of the road because there have been too many wrecks and too many people in golf carts been killed.
Correct. And at least one last year, the unfortunate lady that ran into the pickup truck. I know that.
Is there enough room to add a golf cart path on either side of the road?
I'm not sure. I know there's land on both sides. I don't know what kind, who owns it. I don't know. It will be interesting. I'm gonna do my best to be on that meeting. Unfortunately it's on a weekday, and I work, but I'm gonna try to be there because that topic is an interesting one, and for sure.
Yeah, and I know some of those areas there go right up into people's yards. So there's not, not
Yes.
all of the area, but some of the area, they would be right up next to somebody's house if they put in another
Hey,
path.
But the government can say that they've got an easement and they can, Linda, give me the legal jargon where they can take care of, they can condemn the land.
It's called
and-
eminent domain. They can
That's
take
what
over.
it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
dog?
Well,
I mean-
I'm sure
What
that's what the
dog?
consultant is all about. So
What dog is calling for mommy?
you could hear her.
Yes.
I was hoping you couldn't.
I
Sorry.
can hear.
So is it Jazzy?
Yeah, it's
Go
Jasmine.
get her.
She's in with Roy.
Well, apparently
right.
Roy's not paying attention to her.
Okay, I'll go get her.
Frank was there, then he would help her.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if it was your new dog. Not wanting to be alone.
You're talking about my dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in the bathroom, in the guest bathroom, so she's pretty far from me. I heard her crying a minute ago, but I can bring her on too. I'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. If it keeps them quiet, I'm all for it. Bring them in here.
Yeah.
She got her headphones off now. But their dog's prettier than you anyway.
All I hear is the rain
I can see
through my
now there's about
headsets.
5 women out there going, well, he's a dick. I'm unsubscribing from this show. I don't like that at
Well,
all.
remember that you do record this. So she will see that later.
Nobody watches the rewind of this show. Trust me on this. I know what my there we go. There you go. There she is. See? Look at that face.
Everybody's bringing a dog. I'm gonna bring mine.
Oh yes. You're not gonna be quiet until she gives you that dog, are you?
She's not giving me that dog. I tried to get Harry. Remember, I tried to get Harry last year, and they wouldn't let me have him either.
I know.
You remember Harry, Linda?
I do remember Harry.
I almost got him. She
You
almost let me bring him home at the last minute.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, almost. I'm telling you, almost.
Well, now Jazzy's in
I
her.
didn't know
Now
what
she's
dog night.
acting silly. She's
And you know
acting
why
all
she didn't let
silly.
me have it? You know what the reasoning
Julie
was she
was
didn't let me have
asleep.
it? Because she didn't want to separate it from the other dog. Like dogs care.
Yeah.
They do care. They get
They
bonded.
only care about, I got to go out and pee and poop, and when are we going to eat?
Tulu cares if I'm not paying attention to her. She'll sit and she'll slap me with her paw.
Oh, really?
She'll sit. Watch, see,
So-
look at this. See how
In other
she
words,
did?
the dog is working real hard right now to train you.
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
No. Can you hear how she has a funny sound?
Well, she's got a short snout, and sometimes when they breathe, they have this like kind of, I
Snort.
don't know how to describe it,
Yeah.
kind of a, yeah, I know what you're talking.
You know, I told you
Yeah,
too
they
that the original owner took out her
Yeah.
bark box.
Okay, you ready for the report, Josie?
I think so.
Kind of taking over the show, hasn't
That's
Sorry,
okay.
Jose.
Okay.
Tell us, show us
You
what's
have a
going on up
dog?
there.
Let me. I'm gonna
He
start with
does.
this part daylight, and if I use, I don't think I showed this, but let me do the share first, and we move on. I'm waiting for the system to come up.
Oh, it's raining. I wonder what
You
that
know what?
noise was. Rain.
I just heard through my headphones here how low the rain was. So
Yeah.
Let's do it quick before we lose
Hey.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Linda, I was right. It is raining.
Can you see this, guys?
I
Oh,
see
wait a minute, I
you.
gotta bring it up. Hold up.
Oh,
All right.
there we go.
So basically, this is the Spanish Springs area, and the reason I'm sharing this is just a view. This is during the Christmas season. Can you see the Christmas tree? And what it looks like. One of the things that Skip asked me a bit back was about what's going on here, right? This big building, most people that know the area is the Sharon Moore's Performing Arts. As Judy mentioned, Savannah is also a place they do a lot of shows, but this is where they do the big, what I call the big shows, meaning more expensive, more elaborate, like Jersey Boys, Jay Leno's been here, like big shows. That's this
Right.
area. And here on the right corner, you see a Rialto with the little board up. That used to be the theater that now is going to be a gym. And the company bought the two MVP gyms. The company is called Genesis. The Brownwood one already says Genesis if you go by. And in here, you're going to see that it still says MVP. And that's the Gator. Where it says that little sign on the right side here that says MVP, that's the gym that's going in that little theater. So they're gonna move. Now, what are they gonna do with this building? I don't know. But remember all the issues with this building coming out on the left, which is the famous Katie Bell's, or I think it's Katie Bell's. It has different names. There's two buildings. There's two sections here. The first one on the right is the new seafood place Costa del Mar, which I've been there. It's a really nice restaurant. It's always packed. I mean, I gotta tell you, whatever was there before, I believe was called Farm Shed. Believe me, has no comparison to the amount of people that go to this place. And so this is how you get out of Spanish Springs. So you have an idea what it looks like. I read recently that the builder hired one of either Universal or Disney companies to build these places. So that's why they look, when people say, oh my God, the building is so old. No, that's just Disney type. It's just fake, you know?
Yeah.
So basically you have here the whole area. I showed this before. These are the I call it the town villas. I'm gonna fast forward here. This is one of the rec centers near Spanish Springs called Chula Vista. This one, the golf course area is being renovated a little bit. And again, if you look carefully, it maintains the same Spanish type look, like the whole area. That's the vibe. I'm gonna speed through here because I want to get to a place. This is Del Mar, just to show you what it looks like. This is Rio Grande, Main Avenue. This is the one that's gonna be intersection with Morse, with that story that I just mentioned. I'm gonna head the other way around. This is the Rio Grande Rec Center. I mean, mail station and pool. This pool was renovated recently, like completely. They shut it down for about 4 or 5 weeks. And it's very nice pool. I've been there. This is the shooting. It's not BB gun, but it's, the shooting
Air
range.
gun?
Yeah, similar
gun.
to the one in Feni. It's exactly the same type. So it's been here for a while. Now I want to show you this. I want to show you what Spanish Springs looks at night. So people say Spanish Springs is dead. It doesn't look dead to me here. Again, the theater at night, the same building that I mentioned, the MVP building. This is what to show people what it looks at night when you drive a golf cart, because it's very different. like especially when you are in a golf cart. Again, Costa del Mar, you can see the amount of people there. And this is the Katie Bears building. This is the famous building that created all the issues with the apartments and didn't approve, they are approved. So this is to give you an idea of the amount of people that visit the Spanish Spring Town Center at night. And when people said, oh, because this is there or what, I don't think so. It's very busy. Oh, it's very busy. It's like any other one. I'm going to show you now what it looks like to run at night or go over the bridge at night. That's the fun part. That's actually fun. Scary, but
Not
fun.
that bridge.
This is the bridge on 27, 441, going home. This is going to my home. There's a little path that lady went with a full-size car and went onto the bridge, which is to this day it amazed me that because it's not even close to the parking, how she made it all the way there, but she did.
Yeah.
So this is what it looks like to go over that bridge at night. It's very well illuminated. You can see the post, and they keep that. I seen the maintenance guy working, painting or it's well kept. No issues. I feel okay. It's still narrow. You see the other car blindside with the lights, but that's what it is.
I love taking people over it that haven't been on it before.
Yeah, they get scared.
Yeah.
A lot of them. I did that. I've done it many times. Again, the
Jose-
little dog. Well, go ahead.
Jose, it's a golf cart path only, right? You can't walk
Yes,
on
yeah.
it. You can't.
Oh
walk-
no, people do walk,
They do walk on it. Oh.
but it's dangerous. It's very narrow. I've seen people with
Okay.
bicycles,
Supposed to.
and if it's not an electric bike, they get out and they push it because it's very steep. I see once a lady stopped the car in the middle of the climb, got out to pick up a ring that fell off. And cars were coming the other way, screeching the brakes. I'm going, oh my God, what are you doing? But it was a ring. I guess it was important to lose their life. I don't know.
Wow.
So this is just, again,
Hey,
this is not too
Linda,
late.
you know what we could do?
What?
You can grab Frank, throw him in the cart,
Frank.
come to my house, get
Yeah.
Judy to follow you,
Yeah.
and then we'll get my golf cart and we'll team it all the way up there. And I'll take you across that bridge. We'll go over to Orange Blossom Country Club that I know you've never been to, and we'll
I
have
haven't
lunch
been
up
to.
there.
You
We'll have
haven't?
lunch
That
up
sounds
there.
fun. That
It's
sounds fun.
It's
Yeah.
amazing. I should,
We'll
if
meet
you-
Josie.
If you
Yeah, we'll
tell
meet
me,
Josie over there.
listen, this is what I'm willing to do. I'm gonna sacrifice. I'm gonna take one for the team. if
Go
you
take
tell me
one for
when,
the
if
team.
you tell me when, I'll meet you with my golf cart at Skips. And we all go. And now
Oh,
on the
you'll
way back,
guide us.
on the way back, you are on your own.
He'll take
So-
one for the team, Skip.
Yeah,
Take one for the team.
So this is to give you an idea. When you drive a golf cart at night through this little path, sometimes it's spooky. Like the first time you go, like, man, this is dark. But
Yeah.
to be honest, I've done it so many times, almost every 3-4 times a week that I feel okay.
Huh.
And again, getting out, and I just wanted to show you what it looks like to do that. What it looks like to be here driving at night. I wanted to show
Yeah.
you that.
No, that's nice.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
nice.
It's fun.
Is that it?
It's on the I wanted to take a picture, but for some reason I couldn't load it up. Remember the Hacienda houses? The country club they took out because they're
Yes.
gonna build new houses. Let me rephrase that, you honor. Sorry. They actually start moving dirt. Like they had these when they about to build something, they have this building like a mobile business, like an office, like a mobile office.
Mhm.
Well, that turned out to be the postal station because they need to get rid of the physical one, relocate it. So they recreated the postal station on that huge building that I showed before. So I went the other day and I took some pictures, but maybe for the next show, and they already moving, like things are moving, houses are coming, or whatever they're building is already happening.
Cool.
So-
Have they
we can
have
see
they
that next
started
time.
building the new homes over where the Hacienda Country Club was at?
That's
yet?
the one I'm talking about.
Oh.
Now I don't know. Again, there's a lot of sometimes these places looks weird because you don't know what's coming first. All I know between the first time I went, I took that picture, and this time that I went, I'm talking about this week. There's a lot of difference, meaning land movement, and you know that's the first phase to start putting pipes or whatever. And I think that's the first phase of getting those houses ready. I don't think there's going to be that many houses, and probably it's going to be so fast because where they are. That's a prime location.
Well, it is, but my thought was that's just going to be more golf carts and more cars on that section
Yeah.
of Morris Boulevard once
Yeah.
again.
But but there's one thing that's a big difference. When you are even if you go there now and there's no country club but the golf course, there are ways to get in through the houses from there. Like there are paths that you can take. You don't need to go to
Options.
Morris to get out unless
Yeah, we
you wanted to
always
be on
do
Morris.
that, Rob. Yeah,
So
we always did.
that's why the study that I mentioned, February 10th, when I was looking, if you look on district.gov, I just look at the map. The study covered from the gate to just north of Rio Grande. And what Skip mentioned is way before, after Rio Grande, closer to El Camino and 27 on 441. So I don't know if they are deciding that that little mile from hell that I showed you is actually the biggest problem in terms of accidents, and they need to solve that. For the next show, I'll bring more video on that area because I found it. I took the videos, but I couldn't load it. I don't know what happened. But I know something different is happening there. So
Well, I know
Hey.
whenever Stu and I go to Spanish Springs in a golf cart, which ain't too often, to stay out of that one roundabout up there by the hospital.
I showed you that on the
I
last
always
show,
shoot
remember?
through Hacienda North, I think.
East.
Isn't that
Yeah.
which one is it, Sue?
East, Hacienda East. Yeah.
Yeah, you can shoot to the back of that neighborhood, and like he's talking about, there's a little hidden path back there. It'll take you right downtown Spanish Springs.
But you need to know or practice because it's easy to get lost through that neighborhood. There's one section in the villages. I don't know the name. It's one of the few places in the villages that I cannot get with my gate card, and it belongs to I know it's here. Like near. You know which one I'm talking about?
I
Like,
do, yeah.
and they have
That's
HOA.
where- That's where the family compound used to be, and they've never changed that gate. If you
No.
didn't,
That gate has a different code. I tried. So
that's where I'm telling you. That's where the compound many
Yeah.
years ago used to be when Swartz moved out of your area up there.
Yeah.
That's where he went, and I can't think of the name of that neighborhood either. You have to have a gate card for that neighborhood.
a different one. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no red
Hickory
button.
Hammock.
Huh?
Hickory Head Hammock is what it's called.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
didn't
Yeah.
I thought
think
Ira
that's it.
did a video on that at one time.
We
He
may
might
have.
have been. Those realtors have all these little communist cards to be able to get in and out of where they want to go.
Well, no, they've been
But-
selling things in there. Actually, they've been selling homes in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they sell. But
Well,
what
how
I'm
come I
saying is,
can't buy one in there? I like to
Why
be in an
just-
exclusive neighborhood.
what just Sue said, it's like, in order to go to avoid that roundabout, the whole issue, right? You can go through that neighborhood, not the one we just mentioned, the regular one. And if there's a little stretch, I'm talking 50 yards or less, that looks like you're going to the golf course, but it's not. You're just passing by so you can escape and go through a different road. And again,
Yeah.
those are the little tricks that you need to understand in order to,
Yeah.
you know,
It
stay
comes up
alive.
with the theater, I believe.
Yes,
Okay.
behind.
If we're done, I think it's about time to play a game.
Oh,
Don't you?
Yeah, I think so. We're getting late into the show here.
Yeah.
oh, and Cindy G sent you $20.
Thank you,
Wait a minute,
Cindy
I gotta do
G.
that then.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chat.
Oh my God.
Judy. Judy.
Go, Judy. Go, Judy. You know, I was just thinking, you guys should have wore your blow-up dolls on the show.
You
Can
can't really like sit in them.
Why not? Come on. You
It's
can
your
always
full
work it
of hot
out. You
air.
can always work it out.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like you're sitting.
Pick me's.
Pick me.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna beat the same one.
Oops.
Oh, I got one. Wrestler Mania. No, that doesn't count. Where did you go? I have it here. Let me write it down.
you got another 20. Thank you, David.
Thank you, David. We'll thank you properly here in about a minute.
Coast.
Let me know when everybody's got somebody.
I got mine.
Okay.
I've got
I got
mine.
mine.
My goodness.
Thank you for the super chat.
Stickers! Stickers! I like stickers! Yes, I do!
Oh, yes. Everybody
Thank you,
wants to see
David.
Gene.
And Bill Wash. Oh, he's already got it up there.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you for the super chat.
It's almost like being rap, ain't it?
Make the dog dance. Make the dog dance.
I doubt.
Another
Karen Bauer.
one?
Is that another
Oh
one?
my
All
gosh.
right. Thank you,
People are
Karen.
liking us dancing.
Super
Okay,
chat.
Super
Oh,
chat.
I have to do that.
Ready? Jose's doing it too.
Yes, I do.
Make the dog dance. The dog.
You're gonna make
Oh,
it.
poor
Oh,
dog.
even Tulu was dancing. Oh,
You're gonna get a call. You're gonna get a call from Peter soon.
Jazz is
Yeah.
sleeping.
Well, whatever. I'm not holding Tulu. She's sitting there going like this to me.
He wants you
Pick
to
me up,
her
Mom.
up.
Pick me up.
Yeah,
I picked her up.
Well, pick her up.
we're gonna get banned because animals.
Yeah. She's training you so you'll know what all these things mean.
She is. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Dogs
are
train
funny.
people better than people train dogs.
They
I've seen
think-
it.
True.
They think it's reversed. Yeah, but true.
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all that money goes for next month's. Just to explain to people that's never been here before. Anytime we get super chat, super stickers, all that money's added up at the end of the show, and that goes for next month's prize,
Cool.
whatever it is. Last month we didn't have any because everything was donated to the Wish.
Make a wish. Yeah.
Make-A-Wish
So-
Foundation.
That was
So
fun.
me and Sue dug around in our penny jar and pulled some stuff out. And so we've got, this would be for a $50 Amazon card
Wow.
to give out. And the game is going to be, what is the game going to be? Do I remember?
Let's go to the no game.
Okay. It's a combination of two games that
Okay,
everybody likes to play. It's going to be a combination of mixed words, and it's going to be a combination of facial recognition, right?
It's gonna go
Now,
well.
the facial recognition may not be the face that you remember. It could be a young person that you ain't seen for 40 years, and now he's an old man.
I'm out.
You guys know. You guys know every
too
one
young.
of these. You guys know. If you don't know every one of these, you've been living under a rock.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but you pull some weird ones out.
I don't pull weird ones out. You just think they're weird because you lived in some other country somewhere, and you just think it's weird. So the
Okay,
first one
we'll
I'm going to
see.
give you is going to be a facial recognition,
Okay.
and all these people, by the way, that you're going to see are dead.
Oh my god, I'm really out.
You really-
I can hear people out there now going,
Bring it on.
"What?"
Yeah.
Sorry,
Okay.
whoever I picked you, but you're gonna lose.
Yeah, use your name as a buzzer. Use your name as a buzzer because I won't because I won't be able to see none of you guys when I bring the pictures up. So just use your name as a buzzer. Here we go.
He doesn't like ding 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 anymore.
No,
Okay.
but I won't see you. So
I
your
know,
ding
I
ding
know.
ding will sound like Judy's ding ding ding, and I don't know who it is. So
Oh,
use your
ding,
name as a
ding,
buzzer.
ding,
And then you
ding,
never
ding.
pick Sue.
Linda
Ding
does
dong.
not have a southern accent.
Oh, we know it's you. That one we know is you. Your ding ding is definitely
We
you.
know it's you too, Jose.
Of course, don't ding dong.
So Mike, you're saying if I say ding ding, it's ding ding, but if it's a southern accent like you, it'll be dying dying.
Oh my god.
You want me to practice ding ding?
No,
Ding,
it's
ding.
perfect.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Elvis.
That's not fair.
Almost.
I don't know. See, I don't know this.
Oh, the guy from Lucy show, Ricardo,
No,
Ricky, whatever.
I have no idea who that is.
Jose, I don't know.
He's dead.
Sue.
Oh,
Ricky
Sue?
Ricardo.
No. Isn't he a Western singer? It's some kind of a Western singer. See, Skip, none of us know. I told you pick
Dude,
weird ones.
Skip, you need to skip a
Here we
generation.
go again.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Judy.
Judy?
I think I know.
Judy?
Is it
Who?
is it Conway Twitty? Is it Conway
What?
Twitty?
I have no
Roma
idea
Rina?
who that
No.
is. Okay.
Nobody knows.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You
That's
don't
the
He
big
know.
said
bopper.
it.
That's the Big Bopper.
Look
Oh,
at-
for God's sake, we're not that old.
I have it on my
Oh,
iPod.
God, you guys
I
have seen
told you.
more movies out the Big
I listen
Bopper
to
than
him
don't
every
give
day
me-
here.
You guys and
I
your
don't even-
excuses. I'm going to
Who's
give
the
you
Big
another one.
Bopper? I don't even know who
Nobody
the Big Bopper
I know the
Oh,
Big
this is-
Whopper.
This is ridiculous.
Big Whopper, yeah. Hamburger Big Whopper.
Okay.
Let's give the point to Skip.
Skip, I swear you're 20 years older than you are.
Okay. Mixed words. And all these people are dead also.
Of course.
The mixed words are dead?
Oh, mixed word? I was looking for a picture.
John Lennon. Ding, 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 ding. Linda. John Lennon.
Okay.
Okay.
Linda got one. I think health. I'm here. I see you, Dan. I think Healthy Home Cooking's keeping score.
You hope.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
never
at,
do.
at the end, we flip a coin and it's better.
Healthy Home Cooking. Give me the finger if you're keeping score.
I can do that.
Okay. She's keeping score. I got the finger.
Okay. Let's do another name.
She probably
Oh, I
enjoyed
got it. John Lennon. I don't know.
Mixed words.
Jerry Lee Lewis. Ding,
Linda.
ding, ding. No, I said Ding Ding first. Jerry Lee Lewis. Sorry.
Called it himself.
Hey, I went to law school. I want to fight.
Jose gets one.
You don't have your ticket.
No, I have half of the law of the degree.
You have half of it. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go with a face recognition.
Oh no, another 9
Oh my God.
person.
Are we
Not
there
only
yet?
is he a big musician, he's been in many, many movies.
I don't know about you, but it's getting worse.
Isolated.
Not getting any better.
Skip, you hit the wrong button.
Oh.
So that's the guy from Smokey and the Bandit. I know the movie.
Sue? Sue? Did you say?
Jerry. Yeah.
What?
Bear Reynolds' sidekick.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Who
name,
was
but I know
guy
the
that
movie.
went after his young cousin?
What'd you say, Sue?
Jerry something. I couldn't remember the last name.
Well, that's not his name.
I recognize the face. He was younger in those days, but I don't know the name. Yeah.
I know it's from the Smokey and the Bandit movie. That's all I
Yes.
know.
Can you give him credit for
I
Smokey and the
remember
Bandit?
he had the dog on the trailer. I remember
I
on the,
can't
on the
believe
rib.
this. I can't believe you people don't know these names. These
I don't know the
kids.
name. I just
I
watched
keep
the
telling
movie. I
ya.
don't care what the name is.
Yeah, Jose, I'm with you on that.
I know he had a big dog on the trailer when he did the Smokey and the Bandit. I know that.
That picture is
I did-
even from that movie.
I
Yes.
never watched the movie.
I did watch the movie
I've
many
never
Oh,
times.
you got to watch the movie.
Oh,
but-
Linda, you gotta watch Smokey and the
All right.
Bandits. It's funny.
Nobody got that. That's
Give me
Jerry
half a
Reed.
point. I got it right. I even put the dog in.
I had a half
Boy,
right.
Jose, you should have been a lawyer.
So there's
That's what my mother said.
2 out of 2 that nobody got. That's
Oh, you're
was,
not gonna give him
you heard who it was,
half a
right?
point?
You heard who I said it was?
No.
I said it was
Jerry
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 Reed.
Reed.
Never heard of him.
Oh my lord.
Who
Mixed
was in
words.
Smokey and the Bandit?
Oh, Ding
Oh,
Ding, James
ding,
Brown.
ding, 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 ding,
Too
ding.
late, too
Oh,
late, James Brown.
No, you can't. That's not fair. He
Ding,
keeps
ding,
burning
ding.
out the
Jose
answer
got
and trying to
another
take
one.
credit.
I did it faster than you.
That's not fair because you're saying it before you say Jose.
I
You
said
gotta
Ding
say
Ding.
Jose,
Oh, I
and
didn't
Skip
know about
has
the
to
Jose
call
part.
on you, and then you can say
Oh.
the answer.
That's just legalese. That's just legalese.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember Jerry Reed's dog's name? The dog in the movie?
I know the dog with the big ears, like this dumb dog. I remember that, but I don't remember the
Cletus.
name of the dog.
He was always feeding him hamburgers.
Cletus.
Yeah, I remember that part.
Wasn't it Cletus?
Cletus?
I don't know.
Oh,
Or was
maybe
that
it
his,
rings
or
a
was
bell.
that his name? Maybe that was his name in the movie.
Was
Anyway.
it Fred? Somebody said
Fred. That was it. Fred.
The dog's name, I think, is
Now his name in the movie was Cletus.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Dead.
another what? Picture?
Picture. Jose, be quiet.
I'm gonna mute myself out. I'm not even participating on this one.
Oh my God.
This is taking too long. Are you
Oh,
dead?
George Harrison. George Harrison. Ding, 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 Linda. Gotta say it all.
I'm not gonna play any.
I can't believe you're letting her get by with that, Jose. She said the name before she said ding, ding, ding. She's not.
I stayed out.
And
I
Judy,
that's how
I'm gonna defer to the George
I think
Skip.
you ought to
I'm
call
George
her out
Skip
on
made the
that. I
decision.
mean, she said the name and never said ding, 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 and that's
See?
not. She didn't hit the
I
buzzer.
dinged it later.
Now the bets
Yeah.
are off.
I know her buzzer works.
Judy
I
was
tested
saying
them
the
all
ding.
before the show.
Judy was dinging and I was
I
saying
was
the name.
saying
See?
Judy, like you said for us.
Judy, that doesn't count.
Nobody's listening.
Is
Anyway,
Judy-
George Harrison.
Is Judy's
I'm
buzzer cutting out?
Y'all don't follow the rules.
No, we
Y'all
don't. We
take
don't follow the
F's
rules.
today.
We changed the rules. You were not in the meeting.
Yeah, you're-
I don't know who got that one. I did. I got that one.
Oh my God! Do I have to defend that one?
Linda 2, Jose 2.
We're gonna George
Sue-
Skip
Sue
make the decision.
0.
We
Yeah,
already done
wake up.
James Brown, right?
No, let's do it.
Yes.
Yes, we did. Okay.
Yeah, we
Yes,
did
you
James
got that
Brown.
one.
Mixed words.
Oh,
Michael Jackson.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
Michael
ding, ding,
Jackson.
ding, ding.
Wow. What are you drinking today?
Boy,
Don't
that
tell me
list is
tea.
hard.
That can be tea. Don't give me that tea crap.
I won.
You and the
Forget that one.
Everybody gets a point.
We're all even now.
God,
Wow.
this is such a mess. Okay,
It's
here
too
we go.
late.
Well,
It's almost 9. It's too late.
ding,
Oh,
ding, ding, ding.
Frank
Frank
Sinatra.
Sinatra.
I don't care. I was fast.
I got it first.
No.
Who
I got that one.
Half a
Linda
point. Half
got
a
it.
point.
Because she
I'm
said
willing to
ding,
go
ding,
half a
ding.
point.
Point.
She said ding, ding, ding.
And I said Frank Sinatra.
There's no ding, ding, ding.
Frank
It's not the
Sinatra.
rule. We changed the rule.
I know it ain't. I told her, I said, use your name as a buzzer. And she said
Nobody,
ding, ding, ding. What can I
the
tell
whole
you?
the whole game is 0. Nobody has.
And I
said
said
a
Linda.
freaking name.
Okay,
Really
well, now
don't
we're
get
gonna go
mad.
back
It's
to,
just
I
just
don't even know what the
recognition.
score is anymore.
we're going to go back to
You're
face
winning. The Linda is
recognition.
winning. I'm willing to consider
Okay.
by half a point.
There's
point. It
another
was a
dead
full point.
musician.
Another musician that. Can you do anything
Him and
on the
his
90s?
musician. I don't know. 90s. Come on.
The heck is
Uh-oh.
that?
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Linda Liberace.
Linda,
Liberace.
She got it.
that's correct.
I'm gonna protest here. This is too old.
You know Liberace, though. Come on. You can't say you don't know Liberace.
You know what's amazing is the fact that you know Liberace, and you keep claiming that I'm too old, and you didn't know Jerry Reed.
Yeah, well,
I know
everybody
the
knows
guy.
Liberace.
I just don't know.
He
the
died
name.
way before Jerry Reed.
No, nobody knows Jerry Reed.
No, we know the
I
guy
bet
from
you,
the
if
movie.
you took a poll of people over there, they'd say most of them didn't know Jerry Reed.
Oh,
But they would have
I
known
don't believe-
Liberace.
Oh no, these are my people. I don't believe that. I think they all know who
That's
Jerry
My
right.
Reed
people,
was.
my people didn't talk to your people about this, did they?
Here we go. There's another dead one.
Boy, Linda's
Another
really
dead one.
zealous tonight.
Well,
Casper
there's
the
no
Friendly
person
Ghost.
here. Oh, okay. Now the person comes up. Look like Liberace again. Oh, ding, 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 Linda, Dean Martin.
I said Dean Martin first.
No, I said it first.
No, Judy.
No, I said it first.
No, Linda.
Linda
Again,
got a point.
This is-
Linda.
I'm gonna file a complaint.
Okay,
This
I'll
is
judge you.
age
Linda won.
discrimination at best.
I'm the judge.
Okay,
Hey, we're
one
gonna be
Your
more.
having a
honor
cat
to you.
fight,
One
Linda.
more. One more. And this one's going to be tough. This was a
Oh.
50s rock and roll thing. This guy was around when Jerry Lee Lewis was around.
I don't
Oh, I know that one. Buddy Holly.
Nope.
know.
Oh, that's Danny DeVito.
Daddy DeVito. DeVito. He's supposed to be a singer.
I don't care. It just looks
I
like
don't
it.
know this one. I don't know this face.
Who the hell is that?
Uh-oh. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. You're right. It's too old for me.
Skip.
I don't know.
He was at the top of his game in the 50s and 60s.
I wasn't even
Well,
in the
see,
game.
that's why you weren't even born.
I was
Jose.
born in
I'm going to show
65.
you another picture of him when he was a little younger, but he was out of makeup.
That's even worse.
Oh.
Oh, that guy.
I'm-
Little Richards. Little Richards, and that's my point. Jose says it. Little Richards. I won that one.
I don't
Did
know
I hear a
what
ding
to
in there somewhere?
Ding
Or a
Jose.
name?
Nobody has said anything. Nobody has said anything.
All right,
That's
that's
Everybody-
Jose's.
Linda one.
Quiet.
Jose got that.
I'm not gonna lose that point.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this game is a total mess.
You think?
But Jackie
I
says
mean, I
Linda
said
won.
win.
Without makeup. The last one was with makeup. Sorry.
Well, let's bring on Healthy Home Cooking and she can tell us who won.
Nobody.
Healthy Home Cooking. What was the score?
Well, Sue and Judy tied at 0.
Oh,
Oh my God! I thought I gave Judy a
I
point.
had
Come on.
one. No.
Yeah,
Healthy home
don't
cooking.
say that.
I had one.
Don't say
I had
that.
one. I had one.
Jose
I
got
had
swear.
one.
And
Boy,
Linda
Jose was
got
making
5.
up his own rules.
So Linda is the winner.
You see, I told you it was Linda.
so Linda won. Linda, who was you
Look at the
playing
dog.
for? What is she
You're
doing
gonna get a
down
new
there?
couch. What's wrong with that
She's
dog?
pushing me off. She's
You need
pushing
some
me off
flea
the
shampoo.
couch. Help.
Hey, I saw a Walgreens on flea shampoo.
Oh, I see what she's trying to do. She's trying to bury herself behind a pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
she is.
mine.
It's making a nest.
Mine.
I told you.
Who was you playing for, Linda?
Okay, sorry guys. I was playing for Land Girl GB.
Ooh,
Land
it's the same like
Girl
it.
GB. Two guesses. What does the GB stand for?
I don't know. GB straw. I don't know.
I have no idea either. I thought you might know.
Ginger bread. I don't know.
Okay,
People
Land
make
Girl
some weird
GB,
names.
you won this $50 gift card. Make sure you email me your mailing address or a mailing address that I can mail this to. And if you get it to me tonight, it'll be mailed out tomorrow.
It was
And
hard won.
congratulations.
It was hard won. So make sure you
And-
get that address.
We got something going.
Donyan?
wanna-
Donlin? Is that Kathy Donlin? Whoops,
Don't
wait a
go,
minute.
don't go.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, almost it. Kathy Donlin, $9.99 super sticker. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you,
for the
Kathy.
Super chat.
Stickers, I like stickers, yes I do. Stickers, I like stickers more than you.
Calm down, Judy. It's almost over. Right on past.
Promise, promise.
And
$10 super sticker, I think.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
Super
Ronald.
chat.
Stickers,
Come on, Judy. Let's go, Judy. Let's go, Judy. Let's go, Judy.
I don't even hear it.
stickers, I like stickers more than you.
Just pretend you got that horse outfit on.
It wasn't a horse. It was a unicorn.
that was a unicorn.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
there's
didn't
my
see the
email,
horn
whoever
on the
won.
head?
Just send your email to that email, and then I'll send this gift card out to you. So, with that being
Wow, Skipper. She said she'd like to donate $50 to the next week's game. How nice of you, Land Girl GB.
said, well, it don't work that way. It's got to be in super chats or whatever, because next month, well, I don't know. I suppose if you send a check or something like that, or PayPal, that'd be the way to go.
You just keep it, Skip. You
Keep the
just
card.
Keep the
Use it
card.
again.
Oh, is that what she's saying? You
Wow.
just said
Yes.
$50.
Yeah,
That's what you
what a
said.
sweetie. That's
Okay.
what she said.
If that's what you want to do, that's what I'll do. I got no
Well,
problem
thank
with it.
you. That was
Thank
very
you,
nice.
thank
Even
you.
though I sweat and toiled to get you that win, I had to fight Jose for it.
You want to know the truth? I'm not even
cheated.
sure you actually
Read it,
won,
Linda.
because
I'm considering
Judy's
because it's almost
Judy's
9.
Wi-Fi is glitchy, and so when she's talking, sometimes I can't even hear her.
And and you don't understand what I'm saying. So
And I don't understand half
anybody's
what
game.
Jose says, so he can be saying
It's-
the right answer that
it's
I have
anybody's
no
game.
idea.
We can go that way. Sue won. They won.
And then poor Sue, you ignore Sue.
I don't ignore anybody. I just go by what I hear. I can't hear. So, you know, all she's got to do
Poor
is
thing, poor baby.
Too funny,
Yeah.
too funny.
all she's got to do is speak up.
Same.
Well, I think, is that our cue to go home?
Why? Why?
It's time.
It's time to say goodbye.
Now
Appreciate
Judy's
everybody for
dancing.
showing up. WrestleMania.
She's
have
dancing
you
because
good,
she's
and thanks for
leaving the
taking your
show.
time out of the day to come here and help out.
Hi, guys.
Rosie,
Our pleasure.
appreciate your report.
Hey.
We'll look forward for you next month. Judy, I know you had glitchy Wi-Fi tonight, but thanks for showing up anyway. Linda,
This is
it's
Judy-
always
Judy
a
has better
pleasure to
light.
see
Did
Jasmine.
you get a new light?
Thanks to all
Yuri,
the
you got a new
moderators.
light?
Next
What?
month, I'm not
You
going
got
to say
better
who
light,
it is
you look
yet
better.
because all the girls here know.
Oh
I think
no, it's just that it's night now. It starts the other
Oh,
day.
yeah,
it was
yeah, I
during the
remember that.
daytime.
Correct.
I've been looking at lights. I've got a tripod that I already bought, so I'm gonna get a light to attach to that.
Just a bulb, and you go like this and turn it on.
No, I'm not gonna get a bulb. I'm gonna get an actual light that's for.
I'm just kidding.
so. Anyway, trying to get out of here, and these two won't be quiet long enough to do this.
We want to see how much we can really bother you.
So
what can we
next
do?
month we have a very, very special guest that we interviewed. All of us did. Jose, was you there for the interview? Okay, yeah. No, don't say who it is, but a very special guest will come next month for that. And with that being said, tell everybody, say, wait a minute,
Bye-bye.
I got to find the outro. I
It's
ain't found
gonna
the
be a
outro
really
yet.
good show next.
Don't
week.
say it. Don't
Right.
say it.
I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Say what? Who is it? What?
It's gonna be a really
What?
good show.
You better
Really
mute.
good
Who
show.
am I
Better mute.
imitating?
Everyone here is
Is that
gonna.
like Ed Sullivan with a really good
Can anybody out there tell me what these people are talking about?
Mira, yo voy a empezar a hablar en español y de esta manera vas a
I have
tocar el
no
show.
idea.
Ahora sí que no vas a saber qué carajo yo estoy
Wave,
diciendo.
goodbye. We're getting out of here. Bye.
Adios.